not give up, bro.
In my last video, you saw I bought this new D21. I was actually looking for wheels to put on Yoshi so I could take him down to the track without having to swap them and or pay someone at the track to swap tires. So I picked up this D21 and it had the correct size wheels I needed, and I picked it up for 600 bucks. Problem is the guy had the timing chain almost halfway done, and so it's still disassembled. I'm hoping everything's there. We are about 5 days out from No Coast Drift Party 13. I've got the blue car ready, I've got Yoshi ready, I've got all the tires almost ready. So we've got time for a new project. We pop this hood and show you exactly what's going on. I'm hoping we can get it running today, but there's a lot of parts that are not on this thing. So let me show you. Yep. So as you can see, no valve cover, no air filter, no front case cover. It's got a new harmonic balancer. He bought this new one because the old one was cracked and falling apart, but he told me that he lost the keyway. So we need the keyway. All the parts seem to be here. We got the distributor. We got the valve covers, the front case cover, we've got the fan, the radiators in the back. So what we're gonna do is get this thing towed up to the shop. I'm actually gonna use Yoshi, and my boy Kizzer is in town. He's gonna help me tow it up to the shop. We're just gonna flat tow it because getting it onto the trailer is kind of a nightmare since it doesn't run. And I don't have a winch on the trailer yet. I'm gonna figure out how to design something to work with the tilt bed. That's down the road, but for now, we're gonna get this thing towed up there. I think I have a keyway from the old engine, and it should be the same size, right? Dual cam, single cam, shouldn't be any different. But we're gonna get it towed up there, and we're gonna start working on this thing and see if this thing runs. The setup, Yoshi, that one. There's gonna be on the wheel and the brakes. Kizzer is actually the previous owner of the Z. He just didn't take care of it. Like,
hey man.
She's good. It's full of parts. A little crusty. Probably get some kind of disease from there.
Yeah.
I think Yoshi will have enough power. We're just leaving it on the side of the road. Good. Brakes are good.
Got some nice air fresheners in here, dog. What a piece, dude. Look at that. Setting off alarms and shit.
So that's the solution. I would call that a success, bro. There she is. Just sun-baked. This thing's probably been outside his entire life. New Mexico truck, no rust, tons of dents, and the engine is basically half torn apart right now, but we're gonna get it running. And if not, we're gonna try, bro. 5 hours later, looking for the gasket set, Homeboy RTV'd this one, which, I mean, you could, but since there's a water jacket going through the case and then it goes directly into the pan, not a good solution. Gaskets all the way, unless you feel like scrapping a motor. That could potentially already be scrapped, we don't know. But we're gonna get this cleaned up and get this gasket on and see if it runs. Oh yeah. Wow, that's actually really nice. So we decided to throw it in the air, take a look at it. Figured it'd be easier just to pull the pan instead of trying to fight cleaning this surface and squeezing it in. We could just squeeze it into the top one, around the crank, and then put the pan back on and kind of mitigate the amount of material that gets left in the pan, because there will be. And then we did find this little gem. That's nice. But it still has a cat on it. That's pretty rare for Albuquerque. And then someone overfilled basically all the fluid and it's just everywhere. But All in all, pretty factory truck, pretty complete, just beat up. Has a new door on it. This is off of a white truck, and then that front fender is off of a white truck too. But we're gonna get this pan pulled, cleaned, and then get this front cover on, check the timing, and hopefully fire it up. This guy probably had a hell of a time getting that front cover out without taking the pan off. Oh, you know what we should do? Drain the oil first. Oh. Well, you know, that makes sense because oil floats. He pulled the front case off, which drained the water into the oil. Well, look how nice it is. It's brand new. That was never ran. What the is in there? Oh. Oh! Watch your eyeballs. Well, you know somebody. Oh! Oh, God. Look at the rust in there, bro. I know it looks bad, but I think homeboy took the front case off, did the chain, and then kind of lost interest in it. And then it looks like surface rust. It looks like some of this is a little bit bigger. I think we can clean most of it up. It rotates fine. We'll just have to run it with some used oil a couple times, drain it until it stops producing any deposits in the oil. And I would assume the bearings are all right since it's rotating nicely. And this should have been covered in oil, theoretically. So we're gonna give it a shot. It'd be nice if the whole motor looked like that. God. This will be a first. I've never taken a wire wheel to a crankshaft before. Oh yeah. I think we're good, man. Alright, so it cleaned up pretty good. You know, I don't even know if this engine's gonna run, so we're not gonna get too carried away with cleaning it. We'll just have to change the oil a couple of times prior to actually driving it. For now, it'll do. We're gonna get the front cover put back on. We're going to clean up the surfaces, get everything sealed up. The parts store actually gave me the wrong gasket set. So for now, we're gonna actually work on the valve cover. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up and powder coated, and I mean, we'll put it on this truck for now, but eventually get it on the Yoshi. As well as doing all of my aluminum welding, Cooper does a bunch of powder coating. So we're gonna get this thing prepped. He didn't really tell me what color he's gonna do. I didn't choose a color. He's just gonna surprise me. I just hope it's not like green or some shit, but we'll figure it out. Literally took a wire right to the head. Oh, felt it hit my skull. That's why you wear your glasses. As we were cleaning the front timing cover, we found a large gash from the chain in the cover itself. We're headed down to Cooper's shop. We're going to weld it closed and hopefully get this thing repaired and slapped back together. Welded up. Going to get this cleaned up just a little bit more. Start reassembling everything, getting it put back together, get the case on, start getting the oil pump and distributor sealed together. Couldn't find the entire gasket set. This is the only gasket set that you can actually get for the front timing cover on these D21s. But they give you a really nice little tube of toothpaste, so that's great. And if it leaks, it only leaks into the oil pan and then gets into the oil. So that's also great. So I'm just test fitting the new weld on the case. It looks good. I'm gonna pop it off, get it sealed up, and then start getting all of the water lines installed. So just be liberal with it, you know. I'm transgendered. All white people are racist. All right, so now we're gonna slide in the oil pump and distributor shaft, which is going to be this little unit here. So we've been plugging away. I've got the water pump on, the fan, the alternators plugged back in. I've got the tensioners on. I've got the power steering pump back on. That's all pretty self-explanatory. Some of the harness was a little messed up on the distributor, so I'm fixing the wires coming out of the distributor itself. We got the radiator in it. I've got all of the hoses plumbed. I'm going to get the gas out of the tank, get the distributor put back in, turn it over, see if we have spark. From there, I think we just make sure the fuel pump primes and I think you're good to go. Take the fuel line from the tank, fire it up, and then jump the relay with your favorite pair of needle nose. And I mean, it doesn't smell too bad, but I'm gonna drain it down probably to the bottom and then throw a fresh gallon in it just because it doesn't smell great. I'm gonna fill it with some water. The pan isn't on it as of yet. I wanna make sure that the case is gonna hold water from where we welded it. And then after that, we'll fill it with some oil, get the distributor set up, fire it up with the valve cover off to make sure oil pressure is getting to the top. And now we get the spark plugs back in. Just like that, it's been 2 seconds for you and 5 days for me. I actually just got back from No Coast Drift Party 13, where we shredded all the tires. If I saw you out there, you came and say hi. Thank you. It was good to meet all of you. Now we are back on the piece of shit. As you can see, I got the valve cover back on. I'm gonna have this powder coated, but Cooper didn't go to the oven in time, so I just got the valve cover back from him, just so I could fire it up. I actually had to steal the wires from this truck yesterday to take it to the track because Yoshi melted all of the wires.
It's a little hot.
What
Issues on
up?
the wire.
Right on fire.
Let
It
me
should be alright.
just say, dog, this KA just will not give up, bro.
Which is, you know, not good. So, got new plug wires. We're gonna try and check timing right now. Put some fresh gas in it. We're gonna crank on this thing and see what happens. And then we'll adjust the timing. Hopefully get it fired up. No way, bro. Smells horrible. Ooh. I guess we should check timing. Oh, it's pretty close. We got the timing set. We've got all of the vacuum leaks for the most part addressed. Idles well. It does have a little leak on the front case. The RTV I used, I don't know if it like looked expired almost. Very strange looking. And it didn't set up all the way. So that's a problem. We're going to slap some wheels on it. Unfortunately, I smoked all the tires off of the wheels at No Coast. So I'm going to throw some really bald tires on it and a spare and take it for a rip. Guess we should see if it gets into gear. Reverse. No rev limiter? Or we're all gonna die. Alright, let's throw some wheels on it. It's a good one. I think this one's even better. Chill out. Yeah. She good. This one's probably my favorite. 3 lug nuts. That's all she gets. Why? Oh look, there's more. Huh. 4 lug nuts. That's all you get. Battery's too big so the hood doesn't close. That's good. We're gonna take it around the block, see how it feels, and park it, I guess? I don't know. Take the doors off and go mudding? Who knows? But the clutch feels great. I think the clutch is actually brand new, which is weird. It feels a lot better than Yoshi, but then again, I've really beat the shit out of Yoshi, so. Oh man. Smells like something's burning. Think there's water in the crankcase? I don't know, maybe. Not bad, dude. We're getting over. Watch out. Hey, I'm driving here. God. It smells like we're on fire. Ooh. That's definitely rod knock. Oh, oil light's on. Well, whoops.